Very good morning class. Today standard 10 in SS will discuss in the first part. We are going to discuss chapter 3rd. Okay, before writing the title, it's a chapter of history. It's one of the important chapter and lots of things you have to remember in this portion. Explanation is little much, but learning and preparing things are more than. Got it? So one of the important tips and tricks of to prepare the chapter, pay attention to the lecture and every day half hour give for this chapter. Okay class, as the blackboard is not too much and the title is too much. Cultural heritage of India, sculpture and architecture. Sculpture and architecture. So here in this chapter we are going to discuss the monuments, the physical appearance that we get from the each our culture, our heritage. It's a cultural heritage and all kind of monuments and stone inscription, photos if there. So sculpture and architecture, all kind of inscriptions, stone inscriptions, statues will get from sculpture and we will discuss in architecture like monuments. So in ancient India, which kind of structure were created, manufactured? We will discuss in this portion. One of the important chapter for your exam purpose. Let's discuss sculpture and architecture. Yes. Sculpture, architecture, ancient Indian town plan. The beginning of the session of this session starts from define and explain the term sculpture and architecture. Not a important questions for exam purpose, but generally you should know the title of the chapter. Here sculpture and architecture here is not written properly, but here I have written definitely. So don't tell me in the doubt session anywhere that sir title dikhi nahi raha mere ko. So sculpture, architecture. Yes, sculpture means what? With the help of your art, your skills, and your mindset and your vision, if you create one kind of stone from a stone, from a wood, after carving and designing, if you create something innovative that gives a shape of something, you can say as a sculpture. As in books, the definition is quite different. I don't know, but for me, what is sculpture? Sculpting something to create something is called sculpture. Now architecture. It's also when there is a char. It's a one kind of activity. Char. Sculpt means creating something. Architect means designing for future. Not designing for future. You can say architect means for if something is designed, something is created to stay inside it or on a large scale, on a big project. And architecture means suppose if a person from a stone creates a statue of Shivji, it's not an architecture, it's a sculpture. Got it? In architecture, we have a large scale like monuments and big industries and Qutub Minar, all these things. Got it? So, in sculpture also, there is a stone inscription. I have discussed earlier, so stone inscription is there also. We will discuss thoroughly in the chapter. But it is also a part of sculpture only. Similarly, in architecture, monuments like Taj Mahal and Red Fort, Qutub Minar, and many more things here like Somnath Temple, Dwarka. These are the architecture. Got it? So we get from our ancient India. Now, the third most important question for the examples, most important question is town planning. Town planning of India, ancient India. Town planning of ancient India. This topic is literally very important because in this topic there are three civilizations that has been explained very well with statistical data, and because of with the help of that we'll prepare our content. Here I am going to write each and every things of type. Yes, one of the important question in exam. First of all, let's discuss town planning in ancient India. Means what's town planning? Means it is a planning that is used to construct a town so that a family, group of people can stay for a longer time. Got it? Means establishing a city. You can say establishing a city, establishing a village, designing a house, drainage, road. That is called a planning. You know what? Yes. Why it is very important to prepare town planning? Because in a previous video I have discussed. Okay, I don't know I have discussed or not, but I know that I have discussed that our this town planning like Bhopal area, Ahmedabad, okay, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. These are one of the copy version of this type of town planning. Our city has been designed by things and with points to be considered, considering all the points like how the drainage should be there, how the width of road should be, how there is a BRTS. Okay, that's bus rapid transit service, and there is an AMTS, Ahmedabad municipal transit service, So these are the two most important, mean of transportation, or we can say infrastructure. Now we are having metro in future. So there are three. So in a town planning, these play a vital role. BRTS was designed by Ruchin Pandit. He was university. He was studying at SEPT University. He was the lead person of designing this BRTS, and he designed this procedure with the help of MTS. And Ruchik Pandit was my professor also. I have studied a lot of things from behind under him. And he designed BRTS with the help of AMTS. Because AMTS goes this, BRTS goes this. As there is an inclination, so there is a lots of chances of casualty and disturbance and districts. So considering all these things, they have designed this. Now we have metro. As on ground, the mode of transportation is enough. It's too much, because after a new kind of transportation on the road may create a lots of traffic. So we have metro on the bridge. Okay, that's Omega construction companies help managing it. Yes. So here town planning, that infrastructure also plays a vital role, like this BRTS, MTS in this. Similarly, the construction of heavy buildings also plays. So all these things comes from these portions: Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and Dholapur. Got it? Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and Dholapur. Mohenjo-daro is one of the most important question can be asked. It will be asked in the exam. Harappa is least, Dholapur is the second one. Okay? Now, see, Mohenjo-daro at this moment is in Pakistan, is Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization. It is in Pakistan at this moment, and earlier it was our side. See, here many more things were there. Like width of road is approximately, it was 9.75 meter width. 9.75, approximately 10 meters. 10 meters. 10 meter width road means at a time it's 2-lane road. It's a 2-lane. Now we have approximately 9 to 10 meter per, according to this, we have 10 meter approx width of road. So with the width of road, there is a 10 width for one lane. There is a 2-lane but one way. Similarly here, 10 width, 2 lane and one way. So it becomes 2-way, 4-lane, 20 meter width. Got it? It is required because the main reason, one of the reasons of accident is this width of road. If width of road is not enough, then the issues like overtaking, fasting, and some of these reasons may arise. If there is a width of road is not too much, the possibility of accidents will also arise. So at that time, and here the Mohenjo-daro is approximately it's a 5,000 years ago. It's a 5,000 years ago. Yes. Now Mohenjo-daro, this was the joke when Mohenjo-daro movie came. Yes, and movie. Let's have some discuss about movie also. That Mohenjo-daro movie was based on another concept. It does not have any kind of connection with this. This is SS. This is my lecture, and it was Mohenjo-daro. So do not compare Mohenjo-daro movie and Mohenjo-daro chapter. Okay, Mohenjo-daro. Yes. Which are the things that we should study? First of all, road width was 9.75. Second, drainage system was also there. Because from there we came to know that there is a drainage portion. Means that removes dirt water from our house in a drainage and directly touch to the main portion. Got it? So this concept was introduced by Mohenjo-daro, and today we have done this. See, if just think that if you don't have any kind of outlet from your house to throw out the waste materials, if you don't have any kind of outlet, how you will survive? The major problem there is like cholera and diarrhea and disease. Got it? So 5,000 years ago, drainage was introduced. This is one of the important questions. Every streets have drainage. Each and every house should have a drainage. If there is a problem in drainage for one day also, you can't stay in your room. it will create a smell can't be in here. Okay, and the Mohenjo-daro was divided into three parts. First, three parts like one, two, and three. Here it was, poor family, town for poor family, citadel, upper portion. Got it? So here the house was designed as per the poor family only. It was one floor and it was 2 to 3 rooms. And the upper family, like wealthy family, they have 4 to 6 rooms and 2 floors also. And the citadel, that's administration department, that is on the top because the main reason behind this was if suppose lots of wealthy things and many more things like monetary department and systems of running a town, all these procedure is going on in citadel in a town in a top portion only. So it was area that can remains in a protective measure. Okay, wall was too much lengthy, too much height, was too height, and the area was also too big, and it was very place where it cannot be defeated by any other enemy. The main purpose was protection against enemy. As the suppose enemy comes, what it will destroy the poor family. Then we'll get a chance to fight back. And we can recover the area within a month. It was too intelligent. See, we don't have any kind of face for this engineering, but we have the concept of this engineering. Got it? Not a single person is alive today to show. But yes, first of all, one of the also important questions that Mohenjo-daro, how we came to know about that. Many persons like archaeologist named Rakhal Das Banerjee and Dayaram Shani found out remains of huge town planning. These two persons found out the remains of this planning, and from that this portion came into existence. That they archaeologists they studied details and they found out that anciently there was a planning Mohenjo-daro. Okay, and a meaning of Mohenjo-daro is it's like dead of hill, a hill of dead. Yes, the meaning of this is a hill of dead, a hill of dead. Meaning of Mohenjo-daro means all the persons are dead. So meaning of this is what? Similarly, yes, in Mohenjo-daro also we have public path, drainage system. Public path means just imagine all the 4 5 persons take path simultaneously. It's very dangerous for our emotions. Yes, it's very dangerous. Now, public buildings also, roads also. Yes, one of the important question. Explain Mohenjo-daro, all the 3 portions first. Who are the persons discovered these remains? After that, drainage, public path. So, Mohenjo-daro portion will be discussed. Similarly, in Harappa and Dholavira. Okay, I have focused here more because one of the important questions is Mohenjo-daro. Harappa and Dholavira as similar as Mohenjo-daro, but Harappa is in Punjab and also remains in Kent. But Harappa is in our country, in our place only we can visit anytime. Okay, and Himalayan region also. Harappa. This is not important question, so lots of points is not mentioned. Now we have a Dholavira. Dholavira is in Bhuj. Dholavira, okay, is in Bhuj Khadir Pet. Okay, and walls of town is still we have remains of walls of town. Okay, yes, fourth one. No, third. It is also ancient civilization. All the 3. Important. Little bit important, least important. Got it? Important, least important. Dholavira also. Lothal, Ahmedabad district. Lothal is in Ahmedabad only. It's the nearest village to visit, and it is 18 kilometers from Bay of Khambhat. Bay of Khambhat, 18 kilometers from Bay of Khambhat. We have lots of remains here in Lothal. As I mean, all this portion is not discussed too much for this, but it is explained. Got it? Now, move on. We have here Mauryan art. You know what? This Mauryan art explains about the main point in Mauryan art is stupa, only Sanchi of stupa, and it was during the region of Maurya, during the region of Maurya. So at that time, because of that name, it's Mauryan art. We have Sanchi stupa and many stupas, and in stupas there are the remains of Buddha Bhagwan. Okay, stupa in Madhya Pradesh, Sanchi stupa, and many more stupas. So this it's called a meditation place for Buddhist. The person is following Buddhism. So what it is a Mauryan art was that portion. Just prepare the names as you can. Now we have pillar inscription. Pillar inscription means if there is a pillar in a particular area, and you know what, writing procedure, lots of written things is there on the pillar inscription. Pillar inscription is what, why people are in the crazy or what writing on the pillar, what's my name, what's my birth date, and all. They are writing the thing that the king has done. Like if the king won battle, then it is written, Raja Harishchandra won the battle on this day of morning or evening. The battle was too much hard. Lots of things written on the inscription. This inscription what? If you have done a very good deeds and good activities, then it is written on the pillar or in the stone. Raja Ashok, Samrat Ashok, not Raja, it's Samrat Ashok. It's the only person who is called as a Samrat. He has more of pillar inscription at his own area. Okay? And pillar inscription is made up of single rock. As you can say, there is a pillar, or you can say there is no pillar, then it is a rock is standing and writing all the procedures. See, writing a good gesture of a king on a pillar is not a simple thing. A person who will write have lots of skills, because if there he will make a single mistake, it's not allowed to rub this, and there is no chances of recovering that mistake. Got it? So it's a very important thing, because you are carving something. You are carving from a stone. You are writing something, not a chalk or a pen, literally with chisel and hammer. I hope so, because at that time it was just chisel and hammer. Like you used to write Nana, then you have to like N, something like that. So this was the scene that procedure has been done. so that king used the main concept behind this that king and his generation and his future generation may get to know about how his grandfather was great, how grandfather was great, and how his grandmother also great because of these reasons. So today our India has an Indian flag, Indian constitution, the important portions of pillar is there. Let's discuss. Pillar of four facing of directions. We have that emblem in national emblem. We have four facing pillar of four facing lines. We have animals and we have a national emblem. There is a chakra. It's called Ashok chakra, and chakra we have used in our national flag. So for us, for our culture, we should know about this because someday some your parents and your colleagues will ask you that what, from where the chakra came. The chakra came from Ashok chakra and there is own pillar inscription from the pillar inscription. We just think that our flag, our contents in the flag is too much ancient. It's how this process, how this came from Ashok chakra to our flag. This is called chakra. There are 24 strips are there. Blue color. Got it? And yes, and at first it was known as Dharma chakra. It's known as Dharma chakra. Yes, the most important thing. Why only that chakra? Why that chakra? Why not the Vishnu chakra? We have Vishnu Bhagwan chakra also. So why that chakra? Because that chakra has a religious aspect of Hinduism or Hinduism or both. So that is thing of Hinduism and Hinduism. So that shows dharma, our religion. So because of that dharma chakra, means our constitution has adopted chakra in our flag. See, this is the a flag is designed by too much study. And you are writing the answer without learning a thing. But continue. Okay? We have elephant and horse. The entire dharma chakra has been used in our national emblem, and this entire dharma the chakra is used in our national flag, and all lions and animals and the pillar and the spiral thing, all these are used in. Got it? So these are the things that we should know that our ancient. And we have after that we have stone inscription. Okay, class. So here let it be in clear inscription only. In the next lecture, we will start our stone inscription. Okay, we will start our stone inscription.